Hello everyone, welcome to Rockshire Gaming. My name is Eric. Today we're going to be playing another solo game, this time going back to Marvel United, but instead of using the Shield/Xavier solo mode, we are going to be trying out Commander solo mode. This is the solo mode that was technically introduced in Marvel United Multiverse during that campaign. It was talked about there, they had some posts on stuff like that, but it was shipped with Marvel United Spider-Geddon. So if you have the Spider-Geddon box, you have access to the cards and the rules for the Commander solo mode. You can incorporate it into past Marvel United content, which is kind of what we're going to be doing today. So we are going to get started with this. First of all, the board set up right here. We are going to be using the locations, a hero, and a villain from Spider-Geddon. So we've got 6 locations out on the board. I'm going to be playing over here as the Scarlet Spider this time. And I've got Spot over here, who I'm going to be taking on. Spot has special movement rules, which we'll get into in a minute. We go over the setup for his character, but first we're going to verify by looking at our rule book that we have everything properly set up for the Commander solo mode, because it is a lot of different rules compared to Shield solo mode. So first thing we are going to do is pick our main hero game piece, put him on the starting location, and remove the double wild card from the hero deck, and then shuffle everything else. His double wild is right here, so we have got that done. Next, we're going to choose a supporting team of 4 characters. Game pieces will not be used. That's why they're not out on the board. That's one of the big differences from the Shield solo mode. Shield solo mode, everything's on the board. Anyway, so we're going to search the hero decks for their special effects. Choose 3 of those cards from each hero, building a 12-card supporting hero's deck. Cards marked at starting hand cannot be chosen. Shuffle this deck and keep it face down near you. Put the remaining cards back in the box. I've got my deck right here of supporting heroes. I went with a whole new Avengers theme, even though I know Scarlet Spider was not on the new Avengers. The deck I have is going to be a mix of content. So we've got Iron Man, Captain America from the original core set. I've got Spider-Woman from the first season stretch goal box, and then I put Wolverine in there since we are trying to get into X-Men content. Decided, you know what, we'll just throw Wolverine in there because he's everywhere anyway. Just so you are aware though, this does not exclude him from any of our group gameplays, co-op gameplays. He will be featured in those. Don't you worry, Wolverine fans. We're going to reveal the top 2 cards of the supporting hero deck and place them face up next to, well, near the deck. So I'm going to reveal those right there. And so those are going to help us out there later. So we are going to be playing with equipment. So we're going to take the equipment cards, put them near the hero. Equipment cards belong to the supporting heroes. Equipment cards belonging to supporting heroes won't be used. None of the characters we are using have equipment asterisks. They have equipment in Multiverse. Multiverse hasn't shipped yet, so we don't have their equipment here, so it's not even an issue right now. Web shooters I do have right here, which is Scarlet Spider's equipment card. The rules do state for equipment to also remove the double wild when you're using equipment. The FAQ mentions that because hard mode, Commander solo mode, and equipment cards all require you to remove the double wild from it. You can't remove 3 double wilds from most of the characters, so because they all don't have one. So basically, Commander solo mode does negate the use of hard mode, but you basically ignore the whole removing card thing when you're adding in equipment. So you can do Commander solo mode with equipment. It's perfectly fine. Let's see. And then we're going to decide on our battle plan budget. That is using these battle plan cards right here. I already settled on the budget of 2 since this is technically going to be my first time playing with Commander solo mode. So I've got those right there. They do talk about the sum of the value here. So when I'm using 2 points as my budget, which you can either use 0, 1, or 2, I decided to go with 2 different cards. The cards I went with are quick reactions. Each supporting hero card with no movement at the bottom gives you 1 movement action when you play it in the storyline. And then heroic leaning. Each supporting hero card with a star on it at the bottom gives you 1 extra heroic action when you play it in the storyline. So I've been trying to give myself a little bit more movement, trying to give myself a few more heroic actions, because I do believe I am very punch heavy slightly in this supporting hero deck and with Scarlet Spider, so anything to help get some of these civilians saved and anything to get the threats taken care of is going to be a big help. So those are my battle plan cards. There are also cards in the deck, in the box, that are cost 2 for your budget. So you'd only have one of those if you are using a budget of 2. So there is that. So we're going to treat the villain as if we're running a 2-player game in regard to starting health. Special rules refer to the number of heroes, etc. So we're going to take off the health here for just a second so I can kind of show you Spot's card. I'm moving everything around. Spot does have a special setup. Place 1 random Spot token face up in each location. Place a number of crisis tokens on Spot's villain dashboard based on the number of heroes. We're doing a 2-player game, or we're setting up for a 2-player game, so he's going to have 3 tokens. So that is why we had those there. So just put that back on there. Place 3 crisis tokens on him. And for a 2-player game, he only has 2 health. And you're probably thinking, man, that is not a lot of health. You should be able to take him out pretty quick. We'll get to that in a minute with how his special rules are, but he is going to be pretty hard to hit even once we get him hittable. If you wish to change level of difficulty, blah, 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 we're not doing that. We can add challenges that support single player mode, but we're not doing that. Special rules: turns are resolved in usual sequence, with the main hero acting every hero turn. Each hero turn, you may either play a regular turn by drawing 1 card from the main hero deck and then playing 1 card from your hand, or instead of drawing a card from the main hero deck, choose one of the 2 supporting hero cards on the display down here and play it in the storyline. The rest of the turn is performed as usual. Use the symbols and special effects on the played cards as if the card belonged to the main hero, moving and performing actions as usual. The location end of turn effects step is also performed as usual. Then draw the top card from the supporting heroes deck and place it face up on the display. Important: on hero turns immediately after following each villain turn, you must always play a regular turn using the main hero cards. You can't play a supporting hero. So basically, the first thing we always have to do after the villain goes is play Spider-Man, or play Scarlet Spider. Then after that, we can play the other supporting hero. So we can't just use the supporting hero deck during this. So there is that. Other things to note: main hero is always considered the active hero during a hero turn. Supporting hero is not considered in play. Any effect that refers to another refers to you. Any effect that refers to another hero refers to the main hero. Any effect that refers to all/each only refers to main hero. Any ongoing special effect from a support card in the storyline still applies to the main hero. Supporting hero cards in the storyline from the previous turn are not considered your cards, so they are ignored by effects that affect your cards. You can't swap supporting hero cards in the storyline with hero cards in your hand by using a swap effect. Action tokens gained are always considered yours. At the end of each hero turn, you can't have more than 3 action tokens. I do realize using Captain America and Iron Man that I am potentially very token heavy, but after each turn, I have to discard anything above 3. So that is going to kind of stink a little bit. I can't just hoard. I think we did that in the last solo game. Can't just hoard action tokens. So there is that. If the third mission is completed, draw 1 card from the main hero deck into your hand. If you must play a random card after an effect instructs you to do so, you must play a random card from the main hero's deck. All your battle plan cards are always in effect, interacting with the supporting hero cards you play as described in their text. They are never discarded. So our battle plans are never actually discarded. The game is not lost when there are no supporting hero cards left. You lose when you have no cards to play in your turn, on your turn. All right, so now that we've gone over all the rules, let's go ahead and draw my starting hand, which I do have a starting hand card. Spider Sense, gain 1 wild token. As long as this card is in face up in the storyline, you may discard any number of wild tokens to ignore the same amount of damage. So I've got that. I got a movement and a punch, and I've got a movement and a heroic action. So that's going to be my starting hand of cards. And yeah, let's go ahead and get Spot moving. First, he's going to move to the location with the D spot. So he's going to move. Oh, he's going to move over here. He is going to trigger his BAM. So when he triggers his BAM, he is going to deal 1 damage to 1 hero in spot's location. If there are no heroes there, deal 1 damage to 1 hero in the location with the next spot token. So that's over here. So I basically ignored that damage there. And so let's go ahead and get his tokens down on the board. That's the next thing. So he puts a thug here. He does overflow here because he does put a thug and no civilian there. But somehow there's someone trying to break into the Parker residence, which is terrible. All right, so since we did have an overflow, if one or more civilians or thug tokens can't be added to this location, deal 1 damage to each hero in that location. But you can't escape, which is what I'm sitting on. If overflow is triggered in this location and there are no heroes here, deal 1 damage to 1 hero in any location. So if overflow is triggered in this location and there are no heroes here, so that's not where overflow is triggered. Overflow is triggered here. So I think we're fine with that one so we don't take a hit. So sorry about the squeaky chair. All right, so we are going to then... let's see. I am going to play a move and a punch first. Although I'm going to draw a card. I keep forgetting to do that, which was my single wild. Didn't want to use that anyway. We're going to use a move and a punch just because I don't want to have just a movement as my first thing. I want to be able to do something on my first turn. We're going to go ahead and punch this thug right here. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and move so I can start dealing with the overflow in Vegas, which, you know, is always overflowed. You know, all those thugs are always there. So that is going to be the end of that turn. I think next I'm actually going to use Wolverine's Adamantium Claws to do a double punch where I'm at, plus another punch here. So we're going to take out all 3 of the thugs here. 1, 2, 3. So that should be good for that, getting that mission completed there. So, and all I have is movements left, so let's see. I think I'm going to move over to the You Can't Escape. If overflow is triggered in this location and there are no heroes here, deal 1 damage to 1 hero location. So that pretty much, as long as I don't get hit by him, if that does overflow, it means I won't get hit, which is weird how that works. Let's going to go ahead and refill the support team, which is leadership. I think I might use the leadership just to start working on You Can't Escape. Do I want to do that? I think I do. Let's go ahead and do that. So You Can Escape, give a wild token to somebody who is going to be me. Thank you, me. No problem, me. And then we're going to use the heroic and put one right here. And not going to do anything with that movement. I did get an extra movement from the support card, but I don't need it at the moment, so that's fine. We're going to refill the support team again with Poison Blast. Choose double punch or delay the next villain turn by 1 card. Alright, so I think that's it for that. We're going to go ahead and go with Spot again. Spot, move to the location with the E-Spot token. So he's going to move here. He is going to have another thug over with Aunt May over here. He's going to only put 1 thug down in the Great Weaver Temple, which will overflow. We'll deal with that in a minute. And we got another thug over here in Japan right there. So let's see, going to go do the BAM and deal 1 damage to the hero in spot's location. If there are no heroes here, deal 1 damage to the next spot token. So E to F, nobody there. We still missed that damage. Now we deal with the overflow. If 1 or more tokens can't be added to a location, deal 1 damage to each hero in that location. We don't have a hero there. And let's see. And then You Can't Escape isn't triggered either. So I think we're fine. And then let's go ahead and go with, I got to do a Scarlet Spider card. I think with that heroic there, I think I will use Spider Sense. So I gain 1 wild token. So I got 2 wild tokens in the queue. So there's that. I got a movement and a heroic. So we're going to add a heroic here. And I think I'll use a wild and put it right there. And we'll clear the first You Can't Escape card. So place that there. Place it over there. And we'll place this over here at the cleared threats. So I did, again, forget to draw a card for that last turn. Wouldn't have changed anything I did, because I still would have wanted to clear that threat card. And so my end of turn effect for Horizon Labs, you may turn face down one of your equipment cards to recharge, turn face up any other equipment in the game. There's nobody else here to do that with, so it's kind of like a blank location for me. But that would be more when we do get into the actual Spider-Geddon box. That will be basically what I do for that one. So, all right. So next, I'm gonna go again. Let's see. The double punch or delay the next villain turn is really good. I can get some more thugs down with a double punch. But let's see. I can use that later, though. I'm going to double punch now with... Nope, I'm not going to do that yet, because I'm going to draw cards, since I am going to use one of Spectacular Spider-Man's cards. Not Spectacular Spider-Man, Scarlet Spider. I don't know why I keep calling him that. If I've been calling him Spectacular Spider-Man instead of Scarlet Spider, please let me know down below. I know it's Scarlet Spider. I know it's Ben Reilly. I don't know why I'm dumb. So we're still going to use the double punch card, and we're going to take out the 2 thugs here. Work on that defeat thugs thing, and then I do need to move. So I think, and I think I forgot, because I was somewhere in here. I don't remember where I was now, so that's why I'm not going to use it. But I do remember. I should have gotten a second heroic with that heroic action from Captain America. That kind of stinks. Based on the heroic leaning card. Let's see. So I will next. I think I'm gonna I think I'm gonna play. You know what? Maybe not. I think I'm gonna play this Iron Man card just because I want to refresh some things. I get 2 movement tokens. So that's okay-ish, I guess. 2 movement tokens. And then I get a punch, which I also have 2 punches here. But since this doesn't have movement on it, it gives me movement based on quick reactions. So we're going to do 1 movement here. And we're going to punch, punch, boom, boom. And I think I'm going to burn a movement token and go here to Japan just to be ready to start working on that one. So that is going to be my turn. We're going to put a Iron Man power recharge card down. You may draw cards until you have 3 in your hand, so that will be helpful if Spot ever gets to me and starts punching me. Which we never know if he might just do that right now. So we'll see how that goes, and move to location with E. Nope, not going to touch me at all this time. So he moved to location with E. He's going to bam. His bam doesn't hit me, and then it also goes to F. Doesn't hit F either. So now we're going to overflow. We're going to do thugs. So we're going to put a civilian here, actually. Then we're going to put a thug here and a civilian here. But we can't because of it's crowded in the Great Weaver Temple. Overflow, deal 1 damage to each hero in that location. There's no hero in that location, and this isn't You Can't Escape. So again, we don't have any problems with that. So if overflow is triggered in this location and there are no heroes here, so there's no overflow here because we're going to put a token there. So I think still we are fine. So because I think the only thing that overflows so far is that, and then this twice. So we're good on that. So I gotta play a spectacular Scarlet Spider card. So yeah, so let's go ahead and do this. We're going to, that's gonna just, I'm like flooded with movement. I'm realizing I can get anywhere, but I can't do anything when I get there. So let's see. We'll do this. And we will use this heroic to do this right here. And do I want to punch this guy right here? I don't. I really don't. I'm gonna have to. No, I'm not gonna have to. I just waste the card if I do, though. Shnikes. Let's see. I'm gonna stay put and not punch it yet because I want to see if I can get more. I'll take it out on this one so that way I don't get really affected by spot potentially. We'll see what happens when I get my next card draw because I'm not going to use these two cards right here. But yeah, that's going to be that. So he's not going to move either. Crumbs. All right, so there's that. So that's his move right there. That might have been a mistake, but we'll try one more time. Do I want to draw a card? Sure. We'll draw that card. Not what I wanted, but we'll deal with it. Let's see here. We will use that. We will double and do this. Take that off. And there's that end of turn effect. This goes here. The end of turn effect, if there are at least 2 empty slots in this location, you may add 2 thugs there. Gain 1 movement, heroic, or punch token. I don't know. Well, I got a lot of punching in my hands, so that might be okay. But what we are going to do is, I think we're actually going to use Spider-Woman, and we're going to probably use her in not a smart way. I'm going to use the regular punch to punch her. That will clear off the defeat thugs, which will leave Spot to go next. But we're going to delay the villain turn by 1. Because he would be going now. We're going to delay the villain turn by 1 instead of moving forward. So it's still my go, I believe. So we're going to refill, see what Wolverine's got going on. Adamantium Claws again. So we will, let's see. Can't really do much where I'm at. Regardless, as far as punching goes, I kind of need to move, which I kind of moved with her, right? Yeah, I could have moved here. There's a bunch of stuff I didn't do. So what I should have done on my turn is moved when I had the chance. I've already drawn cards, so it'd be cheating right now to do anything different. But let's go ahead and I really need to I really need another heroic, but I have to move in order to use it. So to get up to here to this. Let's see. I think I'm going to, I don't want to because it's going to hurt. We're going to not draw 3 cards until we have 3 in our hand. We're going to heroic away some of the civilians. And I can't punch any civilians there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a risk. There's 2 empty slots here. I'm going to put 2 thugs there for the end of turn. And give myself a heroic action, because why not? Now Spot is finally going to go and move to location. That's going to suck for a lot of reasons. He's going to move to this location right here, to the F. He's going to bam, so he is going to hit me. Deal 1 damage to the hero in spot's location. There are no heroes there. Deal 1 damage to 1 hero in the location with the next spot token in alphabetical order on which any hero. So that's going to be A. So, alright. I will get rid of this punch card. See, as soon as I used Iron Man, I had lost health. Alright, so overflowing. So he's going to not overflow there. He's going to overflow. He's going to put a civilian here. He's going to overflow there and overflow here. So if one or more, so that's on his location, so nothing's there. If overflow is triggered in this location and there are no heroes here, deal 1 damage to 1 hero at any location that hits me. So, gosh dang. So I got hit twice. Alright, we're going to take the movement card away. So, yeah, I could have healed myself. That sucks. Alright. That sucks. Sucks. Alright. Let's see. So I do have to use Peter. Let's see. We are going to use a movement. We are going to use a movement to go here. We're going to use this heroic, and this wild to take out attack from the spotted dimension. We are going to not discard a card from our hand at the bottom of our deck to gain a heroic and a punch token, but I am going to punch 2 thugs here, which just go back into the pile. Each thug defeated with a special effect at the end of your turn gain 2 punch tokens, so I will get those for when I eventually can fight Spot, and that is my turn. Let's see. Then I'm going to move. No, that was my movement there. Let's see. Then next, I'm going to use Spider-Woman. Super resistance. You cannot take any damage until the beginning of your next turn, but we still have 2 attack from the spot dimension cards, so that is negated. We are going to move 1 here. We are going to heroic here, and since we have heroic leaning, each supporting hero card with any heroic actions at the bottom gives you an extra heroic action. You play it in the storyline, so there is 2 right there. So there's that, and I think that is my turn, so I just gotta hope that Spot moves somewhere where F's not going to be a problem. Alright, so Spot goes to B. So it goes over here. Thankfully no overflows this time, looks like. So we're going to have a civilian here. A thug and a civilian here. And a civilian up here. And then, but the BAM effect, deal 1 damage to 1 hero in Spot's location. No one's there. And then he would hit C next. So we're all good there. Nothing overflowed, so we're fine. Alright, so then I gotta draw a card for Ben here. Let's see. We're gonna play Great Responsibility. We're gonna use this heroic to take out You Can't Escape. So there's that. Oh, let me clean that up for a minute. Alright, so I used, clean that up because I bumped it with my arm. We're going to use Spider-Woman to take out the location, which we did already. So this goes here, and this actually went here. So I realize I actually have everything I need to do to now attack Spot. So there is that. Let's see. I'm probably not going to move from where I'm at because of the end of card location. I need to heal, so pretty bad. And I also realized I didn't put a Captain America card back over here, which is another leadership. So there's that. Let's see. Great responsibility. Has 2 heroics for each civilian rescue with a special effect at the end of your turn. Gain 2 wild tokens. So I think what I'm going to do is punch one of the thugs. Use up one of those. And then that thug goes there. I'm going to use Great Responsibility to take out these 2 right here. I'm going to use... get 2 wilds from there. I'm going to have to discard something, which I'm probably going to discard a movement because I don't need it at the moment. And then I'm going to draw a card to heal myself in that location. I'm not going to move. And I got a double heroic, so that's good. Alright, so I'm going to discard this movement token. Nope, I'm going to discard this punch token. Nope. Yeah, I don't need that many. I don't need that much punching to punch him, is the thing. So I can actually start going after him now. So, and he's gonna move as soon as I go to hit him. And I gotta actually look up something in FAQ for that real quick, but I will do that in a minute. Let's see here. That is just that. So I am going to use Captain America's leadership. I'm going to double move 1, 2, 1, 2, and then I'm going to, that was like that, B, and then I'm going to use a wild to punch, I believe. Based on the rules, I just double check the FAQ, so I'm going to use one of my wilds to take a crisis token off of Spot. Because he's got those crisis tokens, basically signifies him moving. So he doesn't actually take the damage, so he's actually a 5 damage character, not a 2 damage character. But that causes him to move to the next place on the board, which puts him at C. Now, I've used 2 movement to get to where he is. I am then going to burn another movement, because I can, just trying to chase him a little bit, to get back over to him. I'm going to then use Captain America's leadership ability to give myself another wild token. And then I'm going to use that wild token to hit him again, but I'm going to take out the other crisis. Let me know if I'm doing any of this wrong on down below, which is going to make him move over to D. So I don't think there's anything else I need to do with that, but he is on D. And that's where I'm going to stop with all that. I'm not going to chase him down anymore to do anything else to him. So he actually goes next, but first I'm going to give myself another Wolverine. Let's see, there's that. And then Spot goes to B. So he's back to B right here. He overflows where he's at. All of the you can't escapes are gone, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. So deal 1 damage to 1 hero in Spot's location. If there are no heroes there, deal 1 damage to 1 hero in the location with the next Spot token. So that is C. That is where I'm at right there. I'm going to take away my double heroic. I only have 3 cards left with Scarlet and Spider there. So, so there is that. So the next thing I'm going to do is the overflow. So let's go put a thug here first. Then we're going to put 1 thug here and 1 thug here. Oh, finally a criminal in Vegas. The overflow triggers damage 1 hero in that location. There's no hero in B, so we're not worried about that. So that is the end of Spot's turn. Let's see. Probably going to use Web Shooter finally here in a minute just to give myself that extra movement. Because I don't need to pull anybody over. So there's that. I've got a movement from Captain America. If I hit Spot, he's going to move to C. So it means he's going to move back here. So I need 1 movement to go there, punch. 1 movement to come back over here, punch. So that's what we're going to be attempting to do. And I got to figure out the best way to do it. So if I use Captain America to move 1, I have to be able to... well, no, adamantium claws is going to be the thing to use. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, no, that's not going to be the thing to do. Shoot, I'd have to do it on 2 turns. I have 2 turns to do this anyway, so... maybe. So I'm going to put the wild down for Scarlet Spider. So we're going to... I think we can do this within the 2 cards I'm going to play. So we're going to move Scarlet Spider over here. We're going to wild token punch, which is going to take out a crisis. That is his last crisis. He's now going to move to C. So that is all he's going to do there. So he moved, used a wild token to do that, and then the next thing we're going to do is use the other wild symbol and move over here to C. So that was move, punch, come back. Alright, so we're good on that. And then, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can just play... we'll do this one instead, though. I can play Adamantium Claws, and I'm going to double punch him. He doesn't have any more crisis tokens, so the 2 damage just hits him. So there's that. So that is Commander Solo mode for Marvel United Multiverse / Spider-Geddon. So a defeated Spot with the Scarlet Spider with a little bit of help from the new Avengers. From the 2000s there. Yeah, I really actually enjoyed that. There's a couple of places where I messed up, not utilizing these cards here, and if I got myself mixed up with anything, with movement and everything like that, I would have used web shooters anyway. I think that's what I said at the beginning of the turn, so never actually got to use web shooters, but when we do start playing Spider-Geddon, we are going to play with the equipment in hand. So if I didn't use it primarily because I wasn't thinking about it the entire time. So it's like I said, it's a new feature in the game, something to get used to. But yeah, that was really enjoyable. Spot was interesting because you can kind of tell a pattern with some things where he was going to go, but his movement and trying to figure out where he was going to land was more of like the chaos thing. The where he was going to punch and KO and all that stuff. That stuff didn't really... it wasn't as random as I was thinking it was going to be, but overall Spot was a pretty worthy addition to the villain roster of Marvel United. I liked it a lot better than, was it MODOK, that he just does like extra damage or something like that? I don't remember. He's like a minion of MODOK or something. He was a minion of somebody that was kind of crummy. This is definitely, his actual character is a lot better. As far as the Commander Solo mode, I like the fact that I didn't have to worry about essentially what character card went with what. Like everything basically worked for your main player. I was able to get, especially because of how I inadvertently stacked the deck in my favor with getting basically generating tokens. A lot of different tokens almost at will, so it was pretty good. I like Commander Solo mode. I think I like it more than Shield Solo mode, just because I'm only having to worry about one person moving around the board. I don't have to think about, especially with them unpainted, I don't have to worry about who I'm trying to shuffle around with the 3 or whatever it is, characters going around. So yeah, overall, really liked it. I really like Shield Solo mode. I will probably be playing that, or not Shield Solo mode, Commander Solo mode. Commander Solo mode, great. If I said Shield, I'm sorry. But yeah, Commander Solo mode, great. Enjoyed it. Loved it. I will probably be playing it again just on my own because, like I said, I usually play this with multiple people, but I think with Commander Solo mode, I will say one of the only things that does get me is just with both modes, just trying to handpick. I was going to film this earlier, but every time I sat down to try to figure out what characters to use, even following the rules with the no starting hand cards, was actually really difficult, even with the Spider-Geddon, because they all had starter stuff, quite a few starting hand cards in their hand. Yeah. Yeah, no, I liked it. It was pretty fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough. Let me know down below what you thought of Commander Solo mode. Let me know where I messed up. If I did, I'm pretty sure I did everything right on there. So there's a couple times where I just didn't draw a card, just because I always have that problem. But between having to draw a card when you're playing your main character and not necessarily drawing a card when you're playing the support characters, and then also remembering the rules with from your battle playing cards or whatever they're called is kind of interesting. So let me know what you guys thought down below. Go ahead and hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Hit the notification bell to know when we're going to be putting out other solo mode games. I would like to have this as semi-weekly feature of not just Marvel United, but doing other games in a solo mode. Any game like that, just because it's easier to get myself together and play a solo game than it is to get a group of people sometimes to get a group going. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, know we're going to put out more videos, and thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.